Hello there guys, this is Eli G. Brown / Eli G. Brony here with a very interesting and kind of the strangest looking MOC. This is supposed to be my interpretation of what a Bohrok would look like in Generation 2 form. Do you remember the Bohrok? Those bad guys from 2002? The ones that rolled up into balls and had these small masks in their head called Krana? Well, this is what this is, or at least an interpretation of one, and it's a lot larger than the original Bohrok, and it's also kind of a bit weird as far as building it goes. I had to come up with all sorts of different ways to try to replicate or try to create what a Bohrok would look like in Generation 2 form, even as far as using pieces that are not from the character and creature building system, the modern version anyway. So anyway, I actually borrowed pieces from my other sets. I just decided to borrow those pieces to put onto this MOC just to show you guys, and I'm going to put them back on later and onto those other MOCs and sets. And I may actually use the same skeleton to show you the other Bohrok just by gathering all the pieces I have from the other characters, or at least as much as I possibly can, just to try to show you this thing right here. So anyway, this is obviously supposed to be a Tonic, and I guess it might be pointless to go over all the details on each individual Bohrok since they are all similar, but you know, basically if I talk about what I did to replicate this, then that pretty much will cover all of the different Bohrok if I decide to do the others after this. I don't know if I'll actually plan on buying enough parts to make a whole series. I would rather not just buy so many of these pieces to do this. May as well just use the parts I already have just to show you guys this. So anyway, what I did here is, well, coming up with the main torso was kind of a bit difficult for me at first. I mean, well, what you got all the details, you know, with the orange arms and legs, just like with the original, and, you know, the overall red body. Ended up using the red main body pieces from Tahu, the 2015 version. Use them for the side. This uses a total of 3 main body pieces. 3 of the standard size and 1 in the thinner size, which is used for the head. And the head kind of attaches just like this. Though of course, if you look at it from this end, you'll notice that the inside part of the body is now hollow. So it pretty much isn't good to just look inside the body while you have it out. And it's also very easy to move the eyes about. Also, before anybody asks, no, there is no Krana inside. Look, see? No Krana. No place to put one. Yeah, the Krana were pretty good additions to these, to the Bohrok back in the day. I certainly liked those. So, to attach the head, what I did, it's just moving about. What I did was take 2 of the double female connection pieces, double open sockets, and use them to attach the head. And then to attach the eyes, I took 2 of the ball cup pieces and attached the Bohrok eyes to them. Though because of the ball joints that are right here, they don't fit on all the way. So that's kind of an issue there. Also, I am just now looking at this from the camera perspective, and it kind of looks like these points here are now the eyes, even though they're not supposed to be. Do you see that too? I guess you do. I guess it's probably hard for you to even see where the face is supposed to be intentionally. Like, these are supposed to be the eyes right here. These are supposed to be the teeth. They're attached Well, they're attached using the, they're attached to another ball cup piece, and then I took a couple of those flat lift arm pieces and attached the teeth to them. Just like that right there. Okay. And the fire weapons are pretty much all the same, with that. And, well, getting to the, torso, well, the lower torso, what I did was, I took 2 of these double socket pieces from the first generation of Bionicle, then took 2 of the 6 long size axle pieces and put them in, though you will notice that there's a small gap in between them because I wasn't able to get them to attach all the way. I mean, yeah, like that. Maybe a 7 long size one probably would have worked better. Actually, I don't think it would, because it wouldn't actually fit all that well. I think I did try that out. So, these are obviously supposed to be where the legs connect to, and then, well, of course, I wasn't able to cover up the open gap on top of the body, but I was able to cover up the back and the front, because I just did not like how open they were from those ends. Alright, so that is that right there. And, before anybody asks, can this thing roll up into a ball? Well, let's see. Alright, here we have that. Alright. Oh, actually, let me try connecting this to... Yeah, do you think that connection will work out better? Oh, come on. I think, actually, should go up like... Alright, I know this may be kind of, odd to you guys, but just trying to see if I can get it to roll up into a ball just like the old one. Well, not perfect. Not really all that perfect. I'm sure the originals, would do a lot better. And from this experience, I realized that it's better to connect the arms on these ball joints. I mean, actually, I'm quite glad that I decided to, change that, because I did not like how these ball joints were just sticking out on the top. So, of course, we now have the ball joints sticking out from back here. But, I don't know, did you actually like the way that this looked before, or do you prefer the way that it is now? I don't know, I think I like this version a lot more. Now, I'm gonna pretty much go over exactly how to, I'm gonna go over exactly what parts you would need to make the others. I mean, this is obviously supposed to be Tonic right here, but I'm gonna tell you what parts you would need to make the others. Obviously, I used the original Toa feet for this one. Those actually weren't borrowed from any MOCs that I've had, but I went ahead and used them here. Though, of course, you probably would not want to use the red feet if you were making a Bohrok that was not Tonic. I mean, if you were making a Bohrok that was Tonic, which I have done in my case, you would want to use the red feet. And you would also want to use the shield pieces right here. And the same thing would go for all of them. As for the new pieces, well, at least new since 2002, would all the pieces be available? Well, we've moved over to the brighter green color. I mean, we've had kind of a more greenish green back in Generation 1. And with Generation 2, we got a bit of a little brighter green, you know, with Liwa, who's brighter green than his G1 counterpart. But if you're not too picky on the shades of the colors, I'm pretty sure that you could use like 3 of the Liwa torso pieces, like if you got like 3 Liwa sets or got 2 extra pieces, or maybe even 3 extra pieces off of Bricklink, if you could do that. and just put them on. You would not have the 5 long size armor pieces in the bright green color, at least not as of the time that this video is being recorded. This video is being recorded in 2016, which at that time, those pieces were not available in those colors, but I don't know. Maybe they will be in the future, but at this time period, I don't know if they will ever be. But anyway, if you're watching this video in the time period in which it was first released, something you would probably want to do, well, a good substitute would maybe use the 4 long size ones, because they're pretty much the closest that you've got. Or you could maybe even use those larger shoulder pieces, like the bright green ones from the Green Lantern superheroes series of sets. And maybe do the same thing for the others too. And you would also have the lime green pieces in those colors as well. I need to kind of talk fast because I don't want this to go over the 15-minute limit, or I'll have to split this to multiple different videos. So maybe I'll just make a little summary for all the characters. For Bohrak, probably you would have the darker colored pieces. Not quite sure what you would need to do for the armor pieces on the side. You probably could use the 4 long size reddish brown pieces from the Chima sets, though of course since those weren't released, well, since the 2014 ones weren't released in the United States, it may be kind of an issue, and they still have not come available again as of the time that I am recording this on Bricklink. So yeah, good luck with that unless you have those pieces already. And for the tan pieces, I think that, well actually you can get those. I mean, there's the Star Wars Ultra Build sets. As for Nubok, well, the black pieces, no problem. Gray pieces, probably, well, I'm not quite sure what you could do about that. Like, there aren't many gray pieces around, and I don't know what you could do for a substitute. For Galloc, yeah, that would be pretty easy. I mean, we have the main torso pieces available in blue, and you could use the dark azure pieces for the legs and arms. For Bohrak, well, white pieces, no problem. And for the gray pieces, I think you probably would need to go for the silver for that one right there. It's a bit complicated in getting all the right pieces for this. And yeah, who knows, maybe somebody could make a better version of this, and some people could probably say, you should have done this, you should have done that, and maybe you're right, I probably should have done something. Like, maybe if you could come up with recommendations for that. So anyway, I'm not quite sure if I'll actually try to create the other Bohrok in this sort of fashion. I may see if I can get the pieces to do it. I'm not going to get any pieces that I already have. I'll just get pieces that I will need, because I don't plan on actually making an entire series of these right now. But anyway, if I do decide to at least create each of these Bohrok at least once to show you guys, I think I may make a slideshow video about that, but I don't think you'll be seeing any of them right now. For now, it pretty much is just Tanak. So, thank you for watching, and I'm going to be returning all of these pieces to the rightful models in which I got them from. And I'll keep the skeleton around in case I do decide to try to create the other Bohrok, just to show to you guys. And then maybe after I have gotten all of those done, I may disassemble the skeleton so I can use those pieces for other things. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.